Welcome to the High Stake Podcast, where we talk to cool people. Sorry, that live here in Las Vegas. If you guys know, I've been a musician for most of my life, and I still keep a very good. I still keep track of what's going on in Las Vegas, especially at the lounges with all of the entertainers. I've followed this singer for quite a while now. Her name is Johana Williams. Johana is here with us. Johana, how are you?
Good. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for being here. You are everywhere right now, honey. You're singing. You have your own band. Why don't we start? Where are you from originally?
Cali, Colombia.
Cali, Colombia.
But I don't talk like the Medellin people like that, no.
Okay.
A little bit. Like my father is Paisa as well, but
Okay.
yeah, Cali, Colombia.
You come to the Las Vegas when?
2008.
2008, and then I follow you for a little while now, but you've been a lot. Why Vegas? First of all, what is the reason for Vegas?
Because I love the entertainment business. So
Okay.
I love to sing, to dance, to perform in general. So I knew this was the entertainment city of the world.
Is that really why you
So,
came here,
yeah.
Vegas? Oh wow, no shit. So you come here in 2008, and then I think when I started following you, you were doing some modeling gigs, and you were doing some stuff.
I was working with UPLV with Julie Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
I did that, and I did go-go dancing with her, and also like almost every single nightclub in Las Vegas.
By the way, that's a very hard gig.
It
You
was
dan-
so fun.
Was
though.
it?
Because now it's a little different, but in my times,
Yes. 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Yes, 2 years ago.
it was more like you're a go-go dancer. You're supposed to cheer the people, and then you just dance, and then you just transmit, the dancing part. Not because now they say go-go. Oh, go-go, you're a stripper. You're dancing on top of people. No.
Right.
It's different. It's just,
It was. I think if I imagine, have in mind, I've never been to a nightclub. I'm very innocent. So yeah. So the go-go, from what I remember, it was at the nightclub. They were playing the song, and these girls were dancing on top of like some kind of
like
a
cheerleader,
cheer,
kinda,
and
yeah.
then you're just dancing the whole night.
Yeah.
Though I mean, you had to be in pretty good physical
Yes.
to be able to do
But
that.
they paid us well, and
Yeah?
then we were selling shots, and then we make money with tips. So it was a really good gig.
You were doing that gig. Then what happened after the go-go?
So-
Because I saw you also. I did a little bit of stalking on your Instagram, and you were also doing some modeling gigs for other companies as well. Yeah.
Yeah, so promo modeling, MC, bartender, cocktail server, hostess, blackjack dealer, like literally
Shit,
anything.
you've been
that
doing
had-
it all.
Literally anything that had to do with customer service, I was there.
When why don't you talk to us a little bit about your background? Because I got a little opportunity to talk to you before we started, but you come from a family of entertainers.
Yeah, my father is a clown, and he used to play the guitar. My grandma used to play the guitar. My grandma from my father's side used to sing, and then my uncle, he has always had a martial band.
Yeah,
Is that how it's called?
yeah. I think so. So your dad is an entertainer. Your dad is a clown. You working with him when you were a kid? Did you used to go
I was
perform
like
with
2
him?
years old.
Because a very good friend of mine that also did the podcast. Also, his family came from the circus background, and he started when he was very young as well. So you have this showmanship spirit from the beginning when you come to Vegas. Then I saw on your Instagram that you started to sing, and that hits close to my heart because I used to perform here in Vegas. Why don't you talk to us your story in regards to singing, and how did that progress start from being doing these modeling gigs and working at the casino to singing?
Well, starting with what I was 2 years old with my dad, and then the martial band, I was like 8 years old. And then I started singing in Colombia when I was 15, but I wasn't too good. I
Okay.
like to sing, but I wasn't trained, so I was really off key. So it didn't
Now, how do
really
you know?
work
How
out.
do you know you were off key though?
You know. So this guy this guy made a promo video because we wanted to go to Bali,
Okay.
right?
Indonesia?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay.
so he made a video, and then he had me singing. I was so bad that he had to pay somebody to come in and record the
So you were doing
The
Milli Vanilli.
vocals.
You were doing Milli Vanilli. You were doing Milli Vanilli?
So I like to sing, but I didn't know because I never had any musical training. And that's something that I remember from people saying, oh, how come some musicians are there and they didn't have any training? Well, some of us didn't have the blessing of going to a musical school because we couldn't afford it.
Right.
Or like Cuba. Cuba has
Yeah,
teach you music for free.
Sure,
So that's a blessing that
Sure.
I didn't have. I wish.
Yeah.
Like dancing too. I love to dance. I never could go to a school because I couldn't afford it.
Well, let me ask you this though. Do you really think it helps? I'm let me tell you, I have a lot of musician friends that will tell me, of course it does, I will get hated on for what I'm about to say right now. My dad has been a musician for his whole life. He has never taken a class.
Well, some people are empíricos, like natural.
Right, I guess you're right. You're right. No, you're right.
There's
You're
a
right.
singer
You're right.
called April De Velos. She's a Filipina girl. She's
Fantastic.
She's so good. And
Yeah.
I asked her one time, I was like, can you please give me your vocal coach so I can go and take
Yeah.
classes with her because you're amazing. She's like, I'm so sorry. It's just, that's
It's
just
natural
me."
talent.
So yeah, some people are just born with it,
Yeah.
but not all, not
So
all.
you're now you're finding yourself that you want to sing.
Yeah.
You listen to yourself to that. Did you listen to yourself to that video and you said, "Oh my God, I can't do this. This is I'm horrible."
Yeah, I was like, what the? I have some videos that I'm singing. Oh my gosh, it's kind of cringy, but it's what I love to do. So 4 years ago, I was like, I guess it's my time. Well, like, why not? Why can't I just take some classes? So I started taking some classes with Kimberly Canitz. She's so good. And then I just, from singing one song and getting all like no voice at all,
Yeah.
to actually sing for 3 hours and keep my voice normal.
Because you have to
right?
sing from the diaphragm and
It's a lot of. It's like exercise. Like when you go to the gym, it's your muscles. You know, they have a memory. So it's the same with your voice. So you have to train it every day.
So my dad is. I'll tell you a story about that. My dad is a musician. He works at this restaurant here in town. He's been doing it for 25 years, 30 years. He had a gig yesterday, and he's going on vacation, and he goes, "Hey man, can you please cover for me for 2 weeks?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah." I was like, "Okay," but now I have to, I have to. I was like, "Look, what I need to do in order to cover your gigs, I need to find somebody else to help me play keys, and I'll play guitar and I'll sing." He goes, "Great." He goes, "But do this though. Make sure that when you make sure that all of the songs that you're singing, make sure that you turn them down, turn down like half a key or two a key." And then I remember my dumbass saying like, "Dad, who do you think you're talking to? Like, I'm gonna do this." Well, day one, a 4-hour gig. By day two, I'm done. My throat, because obviously my lack of knowing how to sing correctly and whatnot. And I remember I called my dad that morning because it's the morning gig. You have to sing in the morning, and I'm like completely wiped out. And I remember I called my dad. He didn't pick up. Then I called my mom. She goes, "What's going on?" I was like, "I can't sing. My voice is shut, and I start in about an hour. I need some help, some remedies. What do I do?" And the first thing my mom says, "You didn't change the key, huh?" I was like, "Nope, I sure didn't," because it was me being an ignorant person. I didn't do what the professional told me to do. Then I had a tequila shot, and it kind of warmed it up a little bit. You decide to then take lessons, which is very extraordinary, Johanna, because when I started doing a little bit of research on you, you were singing in a heart tribute, which, if you guys don't know heart, is an extremely difficult music as a singer to sing. The ranges from the Wilsons are incredible. How do you get that gig, and how did how do you go from taking lessons, because you were saying that you were out of key, to now singing on stage on the strip with this?
Well, I met these Americans on Craigslist, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to see them on Fremont Street. They were so good. And I had a hard pass on it because I didn't think I was ready for something like that, because I never heard those songs before.
Oh, so they were new to you too?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I only heard "Don't Stop Believing" here and there, you know,
By Journey, right,
in
right,
the
right, right, right,
background,
right.
but no rock at all for me. And then they show me the tribute, and I just practice and learn. It was a personal challenge.
It was a personal challenge.
I don't think I was 100% because I'm super exigente. I don't know
Yeah.
how to say that. Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wanted everything to be perfect,
Yeah. Perfectionist.
but that's there's no way. But I did my best,
Yeah.
and I'm proud. And when we did the tribute, people reacted so good, man. Like it was amazing. It was.
Was it only you that was singing, or was there
No,
another
it was
girl
another
too?
girl, Caroline.
Okay.
She has that. How do you say that? Is that background that she's an American girl that has been singing this for the longest time.
Sure,
So
sure, sure,
and
sure.
she just sounds like the stereo. Okay, like,
Right,
like
right,
you
right, right, right.
play the radio
She
and then
knew
she's just
she knew
singing.
the
She
material
did the
very well.
Journey
Yeah.
side, and then I did the hard side.
Oh, so she did Journey, you did Heart.
But with the American band, I was doing both.
Okay.
But for the actual tribute, it was just the two of us.
Wow. So you get that gig. How long do you do that gig for?
I don't know. I think we did it like twice.
Yeah. But that's, I mean, because I listened to some of the show that you posted online. Girl, you were like, you were hitting them notes like if it was no tomorrow,
fun.
and your presence on stage is very, very cool too.
We couldn't have done it more times, but the band split.
Well, that's a normal thing.
Fortunately.
That's a
Yeah.
normal thing on bands. You're going through that. I'm seeing that, but also throughout the years, and then we'll talk on your new projects that you have going on. But I want to slow down a little bit. You're getting into what you wanted to do, which is perform, right? After the modeling gigs and after were you dancing at one point? Other than the go-go dancing, did you do other
I was a
shows?
magician assistant, so I did some dancing.
That's right. You were
Yeah,
you
we
were
did
at the
that
show.
for like 5 or 6 years.
Okay. But you also started singing with a lot of bands here in Las Vegas.
Oh yeah. I started with Latin Breeze. I did Click Show Band. I did Headliners, Sobredosis, Gravedad.
Quite a few, quite a few. And you started singing, and then I saw you doing the Latin circuit. But then you also started your own band.
Yeah.
Say the name of the band.
After Titico.
Titico. Yeah, Titico.
After 4 years of playing with different bands, and I didn't
Click.
click with anything. Like it was me, not them.
Yeah.
That I didn't fit. I wanted to do something that
On your
would
own.
fit my vision, my way to work, my ideas, and it just started.
How? I mean, that's a big feat to do. Tell us what made you start that decision? Like what was it? One thing that you said, you know what, I really have this vision for my own band, therefore I need to do my own band, or did it just you started clicking with other musicians and you started to do this project? How guide us through that?
Well, I manifest stuff, so I go to bed and I just close my eyes and I picture what I want to happen.
important. I believe
Even
in
if
that.
it's
I believe in that.
like out of your my league.
I don't-
Because I was thinking, I'm gonna have my band and I'm gonna have all these musicians behind me, blah blah blah, and I just picture that, and then I will open my eyes. I'm like, I don't think this is gonna happen. Like,
Yeah.
who am I gonna hire? Who's gonna work with me? How am I gonna pay for this? But then in November 23, Oscar Coronado asked me, hey, I want you to come and sing. Just me, but just bring whoever you want. So I called Adrian, who has been with me from day one, and Manuel and Fali. And then we did our first gig on February 10th.
Wow.
And then 2024.
Okay.
A year and something ago.
You started like it is fresh. So
Yeah.
it was an opportunity. There was a gig. You put
I
one
was
together.
like, why not?
Yeah.
And then we played at Dorado Cantina.
Yep.
And then we did Silver Sevens. We did Mama Rabbit, which was awesome. Mama Rabbit was amazing because it was really classy. I got to put 6 of us. I added a saxophone and a bass guy. And then from there now we are at Fremont Street since March.
How does that work for you, Johanna, when you are an owner of a band and you are a woman?
Oh,
Let me just say, hold on. I hit a spot here. I did something. The reason why I'm saying it is because I've been an owner of a band and I've been the director, and it's extremely hard to deal with. Us as musicians, we have egos, and we have personalities, and we see music different than other musicians. And how do you deal with the all of the? Did you buy your own equipment? Talk to us as an owner of a band. Why don't you tell us what it takes to run basically a company where we hire 4 or 5 musicians that depend on this gig? How does that work for you? How do you start going into that route?
Well, I have my rock behind me, which is my husband.
Yeah.
He was the commander of a squadron at the Air Force.
Okay.
So I talked to him about everything.
Okay.
And then it's a lot of money spent.
Yes,
like
I
I
know.
spent more than 13,000 last
I
year.
know.
Trying to buy all my stuff, but all the gigs that I did with the American band and with other bands, I just save all of that and then just
put it back into-
invest it. And then
invest it
now
back.
this year I'm
You pick it
getting
back.
it back.
See, nobody talks about that, and that's
Yeah.
very cool. So you initially you did this investment, which is very risky, and it's a lot of money.
And that's why I'm
to follow your
so
dream.
strict.
Strict. Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna be spending all this money to bring people who wants to come here and party and then just take it as a hobby. But it's a hobby, but it's a company, it's work. So I like people to be serious
Yes.
with what they do.
So you start this process. You have a key guy that you work with since day one. How do you start getting the other members of your band? You're at 6 people right now with your band.
Yeah.
6 people. How do you get numbers?
I was going to tell you to be
Yeah.
a woman, it's
Yes.
hard.
Yes.
Because they say, blonde, big boobs, she's dumb. She only started doing music 4 years ago. She doesn't know how to sing. She doesn't know how to do business. Coming from a man, and this is actually words that have came to me from
Sure.
band members that I have had. Oh, you don't know how to do this. Oh, you don't know
I've
what
been
you're
doing this
talking
since
about.
1981.
Exactly. I have 30 years experience. I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, I care. If I want to have an opinion, which I always do to all of them with respect, hey, what do you think about this?
Sure.
But if you come at me and tell me, no, you have to do this and this, this is my band. This is my vision. I have something in my mind. If you're going to come over here to do the same thing that you've been doing with the same bands for 30 years, this is what they are right now.
Yeah.
In the same place.
Yeah.
I want this to be
Your own vision.
better, like higher in I don't say, como evolucionar, que sean, no sé.
To be better every day. Yeah, absolutely.
But I don't care what they say. I just keep going. To find the band members, they have either tell me, hey, I want to be part of it, or I just be like, hey, I have an opportunity, and then this is how I like to work. Because I do it like a company, right? So I have a sheet that has my mission, my goals.
Smart.
So when they come in, I do a FaceTime or a Zoom call, and I'm like, okay, let me tell you what my Titico is. Okay, this is my vision. This is what we do. This is what I expect from you. This is what I want to get to. And I told them I have a goal that I'm gonna get them this amount of money per month because I'm going to make them sign a contract that they're gonna be exclusive for me.
Okay.
But
You have to give back. You have to
But-
make sure that they have the gigs.
what I want from you is that you can rehearse, learn your parts, do your thing, do your work, be professional. And
That's
then if we
hard,
are in
dude.
the same,
Same,
energía,
same,
and
same frequency. Yeah.
this is gonna happen. But if you take it as I'm just gonna go, I'm just gonna do a few stuff, or you're just gonna practice your song at rehearsal, then you're not the one for me.
We don't
And I
practice
don't-
our
I don't-
rehearsal. We don't practice our rehearsal.
I don't feel like I'm like too. No,
Push.
it's just that.
Very
Like I said,
clear on your vision.
This is my company. I'm
Yeah.
just investing money. I'm not going to trips with my family because I'm spending the money on my company. So I'm not gonna let this to go to waste.
So let's talk about, because you shared with me earlier today about the rock of your husband and opening up this new side of business. When you're on stage, you being a blonde, beautiful woman, I'm sure you get a lot of attraction from other men. How does that affect in your personal relationship?
Not at all, because my husband knows who I am,
Okay.
and there's a lot of respect, communication.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say that I have the best relationship ever, right?
Yeah.
But it's so nice.
That's
it's
awesome.
so stress free.
That's awesome.
He's always there for me. Like even today, I was getting dressed and I was like, "Baby, what do you think about this? Am I showing too much?"
Right.
He's like, "I don't know, baby. Will you wear that on stage?" And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, baby, you're good." So we have respect for each other. Or I tell him, "Hey, they call me to do this and this and that. What do you think?" He's like, "Baby, you don't have to ask me." So it's so nice.
That's awesome.
It's-
So it's
I'm
somebody
so
that has
happy.
supported you from the beginning.
Yeah.
Into this, it's a very hard gig too, by the way. You know, to be on stage.
Because of him, that's why I left all those bands as well. That's one of the other reason. Because I was in so many and I was working all the time. I didn't have time for him. So I was like, "Baby, you don't have to work." And then I just, you know what? I'm just gonna focus on one and then just do my own thing.
Because you were very busy. I mean, I remember I was
lot.
looking at your stories and I go, and you have this little phrase. I love that phrase, by the way.
Today I'm with Christian Carrillo. Tomorrow
Tomorrow,
nobody knows.
tomorrow nobody knows. So that's next time I come home late with a little bit of alcohol and cigarette smell, and my girl says, "Today is the last day that you come like that."
Oh.
I will say,
because you,
I will say,
you were a desmadre. I don't come home drunk or
I
smelling
do.
like cigarettes.
I
I go
absolutely.
to work and then I go home.
I know. I would probably say, well, today I'm here. Tomorrow we'll never know. Tomorrow nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
No, nobody knows. So now you have great support from your partner, which is I think it's a key part to success, which is
And
great.
it's mutual because when he was working at the Air Force too for like 12-hour day, I wouldn't be coming home and giving him.
You're not
crap.
toxic?
No. Not at all.
Because some guys like
Why?
toxic. Well, because some guys like
If
toxic shit.
No. If you don't trust your man, with you or without you, why are you stressing out with a person like that? What? I mean, sometimes I do give him some drama because, for example, this is a little maybe too much, but like maybe his beer, right, is a little too grown. Like, "Baby, you're gonna go to your side chick like that? She's gonna think that I'm not taking care of you." So I give him that drama.
That's
but
the drama I get.
But we're joking around and we just laugh and that's it. I don't really get mad. Like I joke with some drama, but I don't actually give him
Right.
drama.
Well, I mean, listen. I think having a healthy relationship, like a friend relationship like that with your significant other, I think that's the name of the game.
Yeah.
To be happy and to content. And it's very cool that he supported you getting into a business where you, all eyes on you. Like,
And I'm
all eyes.
around more musicians mostly are men.
Yeah.
And like last
How
night,
is that?
I was
How's
with
that?
the basses and the keyboards with me, and then we was just hanging out, watching another member, Ivy.
I saw
which
that.
is the
Great
drummer.
band. Great band, by the way. Great band.
And I was with them, and my husband and gonna be like, "Why are you going out with this?" No, like he knows them, he knows who I am, so he's chill. He's like, "Baby, have fun." He only tells me, "If you're gonna drink, make sure you take an Uber home."
Yeah.
But
No, that's very refreshing.
and I don't bother him too. If he can answer my text, I know he's busy. If
So
he's
you're
on
not the
a-
toxic- you're not the toxic
If he's
type.
on a meal with his coworkers or whatever, I'm like, "Don't worry, baby. Just call me when you're done. Call me
Yeah.
when you're in the hotel." I don't. Why?
Right.
I don't know. For me,
How long have you guys been together?
13.
Good for you. No, that's that's
I'm
awesome.
I'm a fighter for men. To a certain point. But yeah, I hate toxic women.
I understand.
It's annoying.
I gotta say,
But someone of you make it happen because if you don't,
I don't like toxic. No,
Don't
I
respect
can't.
your woman, and then she.
I
has-
can't handle
ah.
toxicity. No, I can't.
Okay.
The only toxic in the relationship is me. if it's gonna be somebody toxic, it's gonna be me. You know what I'm saying? Let's be realistic over here. Yeah. No. No. I'm very, very knock on wood. I'm very blessed. You have now your own business. You gave them your mission statement when they come into the band.
Oh yeah.
You have 6 members with you. They're all their own personality. They all play their own instruments, and I'm pretty sure by you dealing with 6 different personalities, there comes with 6 different ways to attract each one of them. You give him these contracts, and you put yourself in a very tight spot by you saying, "I need your exclusivity," because now you have to get them gigs.
See.
What happens when there are no gigs? How do you deal with that stress?
Well, like right now we only have one gig,
Mm-hmm.
but because we don't have any material to show, so we're actually working on that right now to see how we can do the promo videos I already had the lady. We already had the place. We just were. I got a little slowed down because we changed drummer, and then I had to go to Colombia for
Yeah,
a whole
no,
week.
yes,
But
yes.
we're working on that. So
Yeah.
once I have the videos, then I'm gonna go out there
Promote.
and get them something more. But I'm going to get them what they were asking for. Now, exclusivity, not that they cannot work with anybody. Period. No.
Okay.
But if they say, "Oh, Joanna, so and so called me to work this day. Now let me check if we have anything. Oh, we don't
Oh,
have
that makes
anything.
total sense.
Sure, go.
Oh,
Have
that makes
fun.
oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about exclusivity.
Yes, and no.
Explain.
Now, for example, you have exclusivity with me.
Yes.
Somebody called you to play this Saturday.
Yes.
I said, cool. Yeah, we don't have anything. Go ahead. However, 2 hours later, they call me, hey, Titico, we need you for Saturday. You're going to have to come with me. And you're going to have
You
to
are
let
an
them know.
exclusive.
Oh, yeah.
Oh wow.
But
Yes.
Ricky Martin came over or whatever, something
I
cool.
get that all the time.
Go, dude.
Yeah,
go,
yeah, I
go
understand.
have
I
fun,
understand what you're saying. I
But
understand.
for other little bands that they're just going to make less than I'm going to give them, no. But not in a bad way. I don't know. I don't feel it bad. Like if you're going to have a certain amount of money in your bank account every month with one band and you're just going to focus on that band, I don't think that's a bad idea.
No, that's not a bad thing at all. I mean, that puts a lot of pressure on you, though.
Yeah, but I'm going to. I'm a 1/3 there.
You know, it's very refreshing to see somebody like that. By the way, I have to say because it's. I've had a band. I've dealt with what you're dealing with, girl, and it's. Then you have to deal with the other side, which is finding gigs and people paying the right amount of money, and
That's the
then
problem.
other bands going for way less than what we're supposed to get. And how do you deal with that? How do you deal with the hard times? When things are good, it's great, especially because we go on stage and we do what we love. But how do you deal with when things go a little questionable?
Last year, I'm not going to mention the place. I did play at this spot for 1 hour without me getting paid, although I was bringing stuff.
Yeah,
But I don't like that.
yeah.
Not anymore. Not this year. Like if you want us, this is how much we're going to charge.
Yeah.
And I only did that because it's nice for them to keep going out there. We didn't have any regular gigs, so it's kind of like a paid rehearsal, but a good paid rehearsal.
I listen. It's a hard thing. Yeah.
And we don't play many places because of the money, because they
Yeah.
have called me
Sure.
from different places where other bands are playing, and then they tell me, oh, how come Titico is not there? Because Titico cannot pay for that much money. Because one of the visions or the visions of my Titico is that musicians are respected and they are being rewarded
What they're
fairly.
Fairly.
Because you're not going to be doing all your music stuff for 30 years and going to school and buying your equipment and all those hours of practice to go and play.
But Anna, but they look like they're having so much fun, though.
No, then just do that at your friend's party. But don't, yeah. And
It's very
agents
hard.
too. Agents,
That's
some
very hard.
agents take advantage of that, and
Sure.
they just give you.
You know what? I think also that the reason why it's such a permanent problem is because there's a lot of musicians that will play for very, very low. And
I
it
know
messes
one.
and it messes everybody's and by the way, I think that does happen in most industries where that you're gonna have the discount guy. Like I do real estate, and there's always gonna be a discount real estate, but then there's always gonna be the top of the line guys. In your case, the quality and the amount of work that is necessary. So you have Titico band.
Titico.
How do you come up with that name? You explain it to me, but how do you come up with that name?
It's a song from a band from Cali, Colombia
Okay.
called La Misma Gente,
Okay.
and that's their song.
Titico.
Cali ya todos tienen su campana. Titico, tico, titico, coco, va a
Okay.
gozar hasta mañana.
Okay, and that's how
I
you
was
can.
like, oh, I like that.
That's
And
how you
then
can-
my brother actually did the logo for me. My mom does all the costumes, so it's like a family. My son helped me at the beginning too. With,
Are your parents here? Is your mom
my
here?
mom
Your,
was
your mom.
until last week, but yeah.
Yeah. She helps you with all of the outfits.
Uh-huh.
Your son. What does your son do?
My son was helping me at the beginning with the sequence and stuff.
And to play the
Because I
tracks, to
started
play in the
literally
backgrounds.
with karaoke. I was a karaoke band. It's okay. It was 4 of us. It was only three three guys, and we just put a karaoke. So he was helping me with that at the beginning. But now not anymore. Now we just put in the instruments that we need, like if we don't have a bongo
The backing
or
tracks.
horns. Yeah.
Yeah. For those of who are listening to don't know what the tracks, we as musicians when we play at an event, sometimes the place or the song require us to have extra percussion or an extra trumpets because we live in a society where the live music is no longer that prevalent. We have to sound good, and we use these backing tracks to supplement what we're already doing. That doesn't mean we're not playing. It's actually a little bit harder because you can't really mess up because you're on. You gotta play. If you mess up, you gotta make sure you catch up. You're doing these gigs. I see your energy on stage, Joanna. It seems like you've been doing it forever.
I love it. I enjoy it.
It seems like you're really enjoying it. I also found out that you're doing this other gig in this place called Firefly, which is a restaurant here in Vegas. Talk to us a little bit about what that is.
It's called Puro Despecho.
Yes.
It came out from Mexico like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It's a place for mostly women, but guys go as well, and they have a lot of fun. It's because, they kind of feel like, oh, guys singing all this broken
And the most,
songs.
yeah.
But it's really fun. It's like music from the 80s and 90s and some 2000s. I put some more modern music
Yeah.
in there as well. From like my youth, when my mom was like, ironing the shirts and listening to all this music.
80s
and
music.
crying for the man.
Yes.
It's so fun.
Yes.
And they give you glasses and a microphone. It's just like a karaoke, but everybody's just singing out loud.
So you're like the director there. You're making sure that everybody's having a good time,
I
singing
go
the
from
songs,
table to table. I
to
make
table,
them sing,
singing.
and I make them dance. I make a few jokes. I give them a few gifts, like I bring like bracelets.
I've seen the videos. It looks like so much
It's
fun
so
though.
much fun. They put
A lot of girls though.
a lot.
Not enough guys there.
No,
There's guys?
Oh,
Yeah.
they have a lot of fun too.
Oh, I'm sure. No,
As soon
yeah,
as
definitely.
they play something to dance, they get up and they dance, or they playing some rock songs and they just start going.
I need to. Why haven't I been gone there?
And the food is amazing.
Yeah.
The drinks are so good. The service is good.
How
It's
do you-
really nice. Like the whole thing, it has everything.
It has everything.
Nice place, good ambience. It's beautiful inside. Great music, good food, drinks. They have a little room where they have all these telephones hanging out. They have mirrors to take selfies. They have a punching bag so you can punch your ex. Things for you to write down how much you
Toxic
hate
shit.
him.
Toxic shit.
But it's not really. And then a lot of married women go there, so it's not really that you have to be a
No, it's
despechada girl. It's just literally a place to just go and
And
sing
also
and have
remember really cool songs of that era, which I'm
Yeah.
thinking is like I know you do current stuff, but it's also mostly like 80s, 90s pop.
fun. I do some English too.
You do some English too. You're getting in there.
One English song per hour.
Okay.
If we see
How
more
many? So how
Americans,
many
we-
hours are you there?
How many? What?
How many hours are you there?
I get there at 10 p.m. and I get out at 2.
Oh wow! So it's like a whole party all the
It's
time.
really good.
It's
Since,
like a
since you start, you walk in, and it's the music going, and once you start eating and drinking, the party just starts.
So you could go there, you could have your drink, eat your food, listening to music, partying with you.
There's no cover charge.
There's no cover charge. I had a couple of friends that have invited me every weekend, but I'm such an antisocial human being that I
Me
don't
too,
stay.
but this is worth it because it's different.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. What you're doing this gig now, and you're also doing your Titico band. Where are you on Titico right now? Where are you playing?
Titico is on Fremont Street every Sunday from 11 to 2 in the morning.
And what kind of music are you playing with Titico for those who are
We
listening to
do
us?
cumbia, salsa, merengue, reggaeton, rock, bachata.
You do it all, girl.
I
You do
make
it all.
them sing a cappella. Yo sé bien que estoy afuera.
Oh, you do the Mexican stuff too?
Oh, yeah, our audience is like 80% Mexican,
Yeah.
so we try to put as much
Yeah,
for them.
a little
But
cumbia.
one of my visions for my band is to go over all Central America, all Latin, like everything, like from different countries. So I try to put one song of each, like from Chile, from Argentina, Cuba. So it's like, it's not, oh, the Titico, yeah, just for Mexicans. No, no, no. Titico is
For everybody.
every Latino is gonna go in there because all the songs that we're gonna play is that was international. That's something that everybody listen to.
Okay. And you're there every Sunday from 9 to 1.
11 p.m. to
11
2.
to 11 p.m. to 2. Wow.
And some people are like, oh my gosh, I have to work the next day. I
It's
can't do
okay.
this."
Listen, it's worth it.
But let me tell you that that place is packed.
I was watching it. It was back. And the clip that you showed me, you told me it was like 1 a.m.
1:40,
Yeah,
yeah.
1:40 a.m. And also, at Firefly, the special is on every Saturday.
Every Saturday, 10 p.m. to 2 in the morning.
Where can they check to see where Titico is? Is it on your Instagram? I'll make sure that I
Yeah.
posted it, Titico Band. Guys, if you wanna, I had the opportunity. I haven't had the opportunity to see him live, but I've been seeing their
Yeah, you
posts.
have to.
I know I have to now. I've seen their posts. Amazing band, incredible energy. Joanna, thank you so much for coming in
you're
here.
welcome.
If
Thank
you
you.
guys want to have a good time on Saturdays, go see Joanna at the Special. That also looks like a lot of fun. I definitely have to go see them. And if you want to see her perform with her band, Titico.
Titico.
Titico. Titico, she is performing every Sunday at Fremont from
11 to 2. in the
11 to 2 a.m. I'll make sure that I tag her Instagram. Thank you so much, Joanna, once again.
You're welcome.
Thank you.